All right, we're back. Check, check, 1, 2. Okay, guys, so it has been a very long time since I recorded a podcast. And for that reason, I got to give you guys a little bit of a scoop on what's been going on with me. I actually recorded an episode on the day that Charlie Kirk was shot. And it is just kind of a crazy coincidence. That was the first time I've recorded anything with the intention of putting something out. And it was literally 30 minutes later after I got done recording it, I got the news that Charlie was shot. It's been about 3 years since I posted anything. I had episodes recorded that I did not post, and a lot of those, a lot of the reason for that was I was gonna, I was in the process of dealing with separation and then a divorce, and this has been like the main issue I've been dealing with for the last 3 years is this divorce. And I had to work through a lot of things. I had to work through a lot of bitterness. I had to work through a lot of loneliness. Um, very difficult time in my life. But in light of this Charlie Kirk shooting and Charlie Kirk being murdered, I have been posting a lot to social media on politics. And there's just some context that cannot be put out there via text. And people will read things the wrong way, will not read things in your voice. So I have to do a podcast. I have to. This is something that's very close to me, and I feel like I can speak on a lot of the topics that Charlie spoke on. And I can be somebody that said that they've failed at the philosophy and the life that Charlie said that everyone should live. And I'm here to advocate for that life again. That culture, that lifestyle, those beliefs, those values. And I want to make sure that other people are not making the mistakes I did. And I want to make sure that other people are better equipped to be able to enjoy the happiness that Charlie was talking about. And I think that this is what I was always supposed to do. I think that I've been under an attack for a very long time, very afraid about being transparent, very afraid of my own heart and how dark it got and how hateful it got. And I did not want to put that out to the world. I think I was very toxic these last 3 years, maybe longer than that. I think I was toxic even before my dad died. I was trying to logically make something happen and ignore feelings. And I found out that I am a very emotional person. I feel things very deeply. And the only way I am productive is to push those things down, is what I thought. And so I would either have very, very cold reactions and revenge and a lot of anger, or I would have this extremely empathetic, extremely emotionally deep feelings and personality. So, with all of that being said, this podcast is going to come back and it's going to talk about the things that could help you achieve the life that is very happy, very fun, and preaches moderation and relates to you in a very raw way. Because I don't think that someone can have politics and have government without these Christian values and conservative values. It just won't work. And so I don't care who you are, what your life is like. I don't care where you're at. I don't care if you're directly opposed to this. I just want you to know about how good of a life you could have. And it's possible. And I think that the only way that anybody can bring anyone into the light is show them that it's not easy, but it's joyous. It's fun. There's this inner joy, this deep joy that you can obtain. And nobody wants to follow someone that's walking around smacking themselves in the back with a cat of nine tails. We're not asking for that. You don't want to follow that. But there's some deep joy here that is worth going after and anybody can attain. And sometimes you have to follow and go down a dark path first. And other times you have to just actions before feelings. You have to make effort before you feel like making that effort. So this is super deep stuff. I'm going to be talking on things later on about actionable ideas and things you can actually do and help you be able to manage money, manage your relationships, negotiate better, understand humans in general better, so that you can just be better at taking care of people, making sure that you're providing value to people, pushing for a better life, not a hateful life, not a scream at each other your political opinions life, not anything like that. Charlie wouldn't want anything like that, but the person that Charlie followed and pointed everyone towards absolutely didn't want anything like that. He walked among sinners. And I'm not a super biblical person. I've never been very good at the legalist side of things, and I was always very hard on myself for not having more of a draw to Christ like everyone else seemed to have around me in my Christian circles. I never had the draw that my ex-wife had. I was not equally yoked in the sense that I wanted to go to Bible college. I wanted to be in Bible studies all the time. I wanted help. I wanted community, but I didn't yearn truly for the word. It's not something that was, I yearned for family. I yearned for success. I yearned for acknowledgement, respect. I fought every day for those kinds of things. I tried to figure out what I could do to be worthy of someone else taking notice of me, but I never yearned for this Bible stuff. I knew that it was the right thing. I looked around and it looked like it was the best thing. And so I made decisions based on what I thought was the best and what was honest and humble and had humility and wasn't too pompous, wasn't too materialistic. But at the same time, I sought comfort, and I was not able to get it in my first attempt, meaning my first marriage. Dealt with a lot of really hard things the first 10 years of my life, meaning after I got out of high school. Things were difficult in high school, but they were not near as difficult as they were about to be in the next 10 years after that. So that's what I'm doing with this podcast. I'm coming back, and I know I have to redo some portions of the one I originally posted, and we'll get that cleaned up and then get that posted as well. But this will be posted to Facebook and YouTube and Rumble. I think YouTube might start cracking down. And so I will always be posting to Rumble too. I don't think I'm going to say anything that's crazy. I see what Tim Dillon says when he's still on YouTube. Don't know how much money he loses when he says what he says, but yeah. So this is for my local community, my friends on social media that follow me. This will be the opinion/mentality side of what you see of me every day. Still going to keep doing real estate. Still going to keep negotiating deals. Still going to keep consulting on other people's businesses, and anything I can do to help you get more business. If you got a service that you're good at, I really want to help you get that service out there and meet the right people and get money coming in, because that can be a huge reliever. And the more capitalists in our society, the better off we are. The more people that have their hands in this pie of the United States freedom, and dream, the dream of what it is, the American dream. The more people that are invested in that and own that, the more people that are owners, means the more people that perpetuate the values of what America was originally built on. We need more owners. We need more people making a decent living. We need more people owning homes. We need more people owning real estate. We need more owners, in the sense that the government does not need to be involved. People need to be involved. The people give power to the government, and the more you can take care of yourself, the less you need the government. So the better owner you are, the better manager you are, the better you are to other people, so that people turn to you instead of turning to the government, then that's when we're better. We need to have a society that allows people to learn on their own, build on their own, grow on their own, using other people, not government. There's a lot of warped sectors of the private, or warped portions of the private sector right now that receive a lot of subsidies. Some of them are near and dear to my heart. And we need to preach more ownership. We need to preach better management and better entrepreneurship. Honestly, there needs to be margins in those areas before we can step away from the government. Meaning, there's got to be profit, and it's not profit at the expense of others. It's profit in order to raise the tide, because the tide raises all ships whenever the tide raises. So that's kind of where I'm at. That's what this is going to be about. And I'll have episodes, I think, every 2 to 3 days. They're going to be very raw. They're going to be very, very nonchalant. It's going to be me just talking. There'll be posts from that. And we'll talk about anything. We can talk about trans issues. We can talk about cheating in relationships. We can talk about money management. We can talk about, should you combine your money? Should you not combine your money? Should you have a prenup? Should you not have a prenup? If you're going through separation or you're in a divorce, what you can do, where you can seek out resources. If you've lost somebody and you have a lot of grief, it was a traumatic death. Sadly, I'm versed in that as well. I understand what that's like. You might be in a lawsuit with it. You might be in a situation where you don't know if you should push back or not push back. You don't know if you should explore your options. I'm not an attorney. I'm not anything. I'm just somebody that's been there. And I want other people to do well when they're in that, and they don't have to take the time that I had to take to learn or look back and see they could have done something better. If you're in the moment, I want to be here to help. I've gotten a lot of messages these last couple days from people about politics that I've been posting. And I just realized that politics is not where it starts. That's the end thing. That's what you see people argue and go back and forth on. But it's a values thing. And if we can't do preventative maintenance then it's oftentimes too far gone when we're trying to fix and clean up the mess. I think Charlie was in preventive maintenance game and was attempting to go and have the conversations that help show the joy and the values. And they had to be face to face. They had to be in some context, something like this. It's not just stats and graphs. It's not just one human letters sent to another human's letters without the context of that human's life, without the context of seeing that person's eyes and understanding where it's coming from. It's not a hate thing. It's just you've looked at other options. You are taking these other options, but you've not truly explored this option right in front of you that everyone tells you is horrible. It's the option that brought you here. It's the family that brought you here. It was a mom and dad that brought you into this world, and that needs to be looked at before you decide that's not right. You need to understand that you might not have the best role models in your life. You might not have had a great mom or dad. Might not even had one of them. They were there at one point, but they're not there now. And maybe you haven't been shown how that can be a happy, joyous thing. But we have to take it back to that. It has to go to the roots. It has to go to actual, like, helping somebody. You're struggling with your taxes? Well, here's how you can kind of work through this. You weren't taught how to budget money? Well, if you're taught how to budget money, you probably won't be as excited about giving it away if you know how to budget your own. You're not going to be as excited about socialism and communism if you're helped out and taught how to manage it, taught how to make more of it. Where's that? It's not taught in school. You're taught in school you're taught skills in school that aren't even really hard skills necessarily. They aren't what the world is willing to pay for. You still have to go out and go learn a job. You have to go out and go hope somebody hires you based on your ability to learn, and you have 4 years of proof that you were able to take the extra steps to learn more. And you are able to write down and repeat that knowledge. Who knows if you can understand it, but you can at least repeat it, put it on paper when they ask you what it is. There's some critical thinking that they try to accomplish, which is usually in the abstract or the theories, and it's not proven. It's not like you have to sit down and prove that this product is going to work, or sit down and prove that this relationship will work after all your years of psychological training. There's something about proof that has to be had, and it doesn't happen until someone else gives you that shot. So you've got to figure out how to emulate those values first, of working hard, showing something, not just being busy, having something to show for it. Those are the things that we can help each other with. It's not a me against him kind of a thing. It's not me against the guy down the street. It's collaboration that has to happen in order for us to overcome these tests that we're going to have thrown at us. And the system works fine when you have others to help lean on as you work through these things. But you cannot go to the system. You've got to go to other people nearby. I want to be somebody that you can go to. All right. Thank you guys for stepping in and watching this. I know it's been a long time. I will give you the other episode once I've cleaned it up a little bit. It will explain a little bit where I've been these last couple years and what I've been dealing with. And just know that I want the best for everybody. I really do. And that's where this is going to be coming from as I move forward with this, get this going again. So I'm here to help. And look forward to seeing you guys in the comments, seeing you in all my different social media and things like that. And just know I'm a flawed human. I'm very flawed. I have a lot of issues myself, but I have a lot to give. And hopefully we can prove that. I can prove that as we go through this. And I'm sure you have a lot to give too. So I can't wait to hear what people have to say. And I want everybody to reach out to me. If you have a skill that you can help someone else with, and even if you're charging for it or whatever, that's fine. But if you have a skill like helping people with their taxes, managing money, have a skill with marketing, building, whatever. I also want this to be a great referral place so we can push people to you. You know, um, I want to be able to help everybody make a little money, get some business going. So if you have anything like that and you want to put it out there, get in touch with me and we can rep you, have you sponsor the podcast, then that'd be perfect. That'd work out good. All right, this is me logging off for now, and then we'll catch you on the next one.